Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of Adarsh Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, KT Patil College of Pharmacy, a warm welcome to one and all the attendees, esteemed guests, faculty members, and participants who have gathered here for this insightful seminar on use of computer in a clinical development. I am Mrs. Rubia Kazi, and it's my pleasure to be your host today as we debate crucial topic that impact on clinical development with the help of computer. Clinical development is a critical phase in bringing a new drugs and treatment to the patient. Traditionally, this process involved immense paperwork and manual that handling which often lead to delay and errors. But today, with the integration of computers and advanced technologies, clinical development has undergone a massive transformation. From designing clinical trials and collecting patient data to analyzing results and ensuring regulatory compliance, computers now play a major role at every stage. They not only improve accuracy and efficiency but also help in managing large volume of complex data securely and quickly. In this seminar, we will explore how computers are being used to enhance clinical research and ultimately improve patient outcomes. So to deliver today's topic, we have very eminent personality with all of us. Dr. Anwar Sheikh, Dr. Anwar Sheikh, Professor and HOD in Pharmaceutical Chemistry at Alana College of Pharmacy, Pune. Sir has 5-year experience in industry and 14 years experience in academics. Sir has guided 40 PG students and 6 PhD students for their project work. Sir has awarded by Best Research Publication Award 2013 for his work on CAT. Also, Sir has delivered more than 750 guest lectures at various institutes. Also, Sir has qualified GATE and NIPER examination in 2001 with All India rank 101. Also qualified MPSC examination with 4th rank for Assistant Commissioner in 2012. He has developed a mobile application named as a Pharma Career, which is downloaded by more than 1 lakh students and staff members. There is a lot more to tell about the sir, and we are very truly honored by the presence of this personality. So, on behalf of Adarsh Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Niti Patil College of Pharmacy, I extend a warm welcome to eminent personality, Dr. Anwar Sheikh sir. Welcome, sir. Now, I request Dr. Anwar sir to start the session without further delay. Also, I request all the participants, if you have any query during the presentation, please type in the chat box. After the presentation, we will address your doubts and queries in the question and answer session. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Hope my screen is visible. Uh, those who are online, please confirm that the screen is visible. Can you write in the chat box, please? And my audio is also proper. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chitra. Thank you, Jyoti Rathod, madam. Thank you. So before starting the session, I'm very much thankful to the management and trustees of this KT Patil College of Pharmacy, Osmanabad. I had been there for the offline session and very nice infrastructure. And Dr. Amol Joshi sir And Dr. Amir Kazi sir, I am also thankful to you people because you considered me for this session. Last but not least, all the delegates and the greatest, the Almighty. I'm always thankful to the great Almighty because of the skills given by the God to me. So I'm percolating all the things to you. So I'm always thankful to the God first. With starting with this session, that is a seminar on the use of computers in clinical development. So as of now, you might be aware about that. I'm sitting at Pune, and you are at Osmanabad and various places throughout India. And simultaneously, we gather together, and we are having this session. How it is possible? It is possible due to this networking, and networking that is related to the computers. Nowadays, you might be aware about that this computer IT, information and communication technology, it has involved everywhere in the world. Not a single work that is which is not possible without the computer. So we are conducting our lectures in industries. All the machines are operated with the help of these software and the hardware systems. So that is the importance of computers in the clinical development also. So let us start the session. First of all, I will just show you the journey of this seminar. We will covering a brief account of the history of computers, how the computers were developed, what was the first computer that was developed and all. And after that, we'll see the impact of the computers on pharmaceutical research and development. Then we will proceed to the drug discovery and development, the pathway, and clinical development, which is also a part of this drug discovery and development. We'll focus on that, what is the meaning of the clinical development and what is actually done in the clinical development. After that, we will proceed to the role of the computers in clinical development. Nowadays, what is the role of the computer actually, and at the present scenario, what is the new term introduced, that is you might be aware about, that is the artificial intelligence. So how artificial intelligence nowadays that is incorporated in clinical development, and as AI tools not only incorporated in technology, here they are also incorporated in the research also. So how you can build your career in AI, doing your MPharm simultaneously and doing some certificate courses with AI. And once you come out with the MPharm with some certificate course in artificial intelligence that is related to pharmaceutical development, then your value in the market will be too much as compared to someone which is only coming with the MPharm course. So how you can build your career in these computers in the drug development using the AI tools. So we will be ending the session at that point. So this session will be very, very useful to you, not only for your academic curriculum, but also for your whole actual career also. So let us begin with the session. Here is a small video I would like to share with you. That is, what is the impact of this computer technology on research and development. So let me know whether the screen is visible and the voice of this video is coming to you. Okay, so let us begin with the that is computer. What is a computer, and how it is important for clinical development. So what for the computer is used? What is the use of the computer? Why it is important? Computer, it is an important tool for to communicate, or for the purpose of communication, to create, to disseminate, to store and manage. So communicate, create, disseminate, store and manage what? Information or the data. Okay, that data maybe you can say any clinical data, any patient record, you can say maybe the data from the drug discovery and development, maybe the data from the receptors, receptor active sites, maybe the data from the structural requirement or the chemical structure. So it is a data, that is information. Now this information is with the help of the computer, that is used for the data management and analysis, that is for the purpose of the regulatory compliance. That data may be required for communication and collaboration. That data may be required for keeping the patient records. That data or information may be required for the inventory control, and it is also required for the drug discovery and development as far as the pharmaceutical research and development is confirmed. So that's why computers play information important role in all the data management, regulatory, communication, patient record, inventory control, and drug discovery as far as the pharma research is concerned. But why we are doing all these things with the help of computers? Because the main aim is to reduce the error, that is the manual error, to save the time, and to save the money. Okay, that is the main goal of using this computer technology, to save the time and money. How it is possible, in the later slide we will come to know. Now next part, that is the history of the computers in pharma research and development. If you see how the computer technology has been developed, because we are dealing with the importance of the computer, so let us see briefly how the computer system developed. So the first is that there was the uh, in 19th century, the introduction of the quantitative structure activity relationship, that is QSAR, that played a very important role, because some papers were published in 19th century, and that played a major role. Just a second. Let me know that the zoom is also working on your screen. So in 19th century, some research papers were published on these quantitative structure activity relationship, and then that boom up that we can use this data with the help of the computers. So before this 19th century, what was the situation? That was an initial stage. The computer designed to be used for the computing purpose and for the scientific research. Okay. Now the computers before were used in the industry for the accounting purpose only. 1960s, that is the starting of the 1960s, that was the drug discovery by the trial and the error basis, where there was no advanced computer system or the softwares were available. So you can say the discovery of the, you can say, natural plants. The people were trying those natural remedies for various disease and disorders, and if they are getting the positive result, then that was a trial and error basis. Mostly the soil microbes, medicinal plants, they were the only source of therapeutic compounds. But when it came, that is synthetic chemistry, that is the development of a single compound, that is a drug, and after that it came as a pharmaceutical product. Some companies at that time, that they took initiative to study chemicals using computers for the drug discovery, molecular mechanisms, QSR and statistics, and one of them was the company that is Lilly. So Lilly was the first biotechnology center who started that computer softwares, use of this computer technology for the drug discovery and development in 1960s. After that, in 1970s era, the two new computer sources that was introduced, that is a Cambridge structural database and protein database. These two things were introduced that further improved the computer technology. And in 1970s also, that Apple that is Macintosh, that was the very basic computer technology that was introduced in 1970. And with the help of this, the new software was developed. That is the very first software, that is the CameDraw was developed. So then the people started using computers for research purpose only. Earlier, these computers were used only for accounting and that purpose. When these things developed, that is a ChemDAO software to visualize the 3D structure of the molecule, then slowly the computers are being used for the research and development purpose. In 1975 to 1985, that is Tata Consultancy Services. They started begin working with some foreign clients, and they start developing its new software solutions. That is the for the drug purposes, drug research in 1975 to 85. And also the CMS, that is the Computer Management Corporation, that was run by government of India. In December 1975, they launched the state-owned company that focused on promoting the this computerization in various sectors, including the healthcare. Now the government also taken initiatives in 1975 to 1985. Then till 1985, there was a limited information on direct drug delivery use, because this TCS and CMC, they were only the pioneers in computerization, and there was a limited information specifically about means their direct involvement in computer aided drug design till 1975. The use of computers in drug design and delivery was still in those eras, 1985. Okay, now computer we are started using for the this drug development, but not up to the March. Then there was the main important development took place in 1980s to 1990s, where the development of the personalized computers started. Okay, so the use of the computers in pharmaceutical research and development, they gained their momentum mostly in 1980s and 1919, because the personal computers came into the market. Then some software for the molecular modeling, they also came into the market. And by 1990s, lot of the softwares were on molecular modeling were started using for the drug design purposes. So that was the 1990s there. Now 2000 onwards, there was a boom in the technology. Lot of advanced softwares there was introduced. The new concept of the drug design, that is structure based drug design, ligand based drug design. So software like Schrodinger and Accelerates, they for molecular docking, homology modeling, pharmacophore mapping, they started or they introduced the excellent and the very advanced softwares. This was the era where the drug design, with the help of computers, they took you can say excellent career or excellent boom. And nowadays, after you can say the in the last few years, like after 2020 onwards, now with the advent of this artificial intelligence, AI technology, now it also started taking help in the, you can say, drug development, pharmaceutical development. So the robotics and automation, there are some companies who nowadays started uh, AI tools. We will come to know at the end of this session. So that was about the, you can say, the history of the computers. Let's see some pathway of the drug discovery and development, or what is the clinical development. We will come to know first. Okay. So first of all, whenever a new drug is coming into the market, how it comes? There are the various phases of this drug development. The first phase is, that is the synthesis, or you can say the search of the new molecules, so the lead optimization and lead identification optimization. Say for example, if by chemical synthesis, if 10,000 molecules are being synthesized by a company, okay, and those 10,000 molecules are given to the preclinical studies, okay, out of roughly out of these 10,000 compounds, on their acute and chronic toxicity data and all on these preclinical data, 250 compounds on an average are filtered out as a safe in clinical studies. So you can see the ratio: 10,000 synthesized and 250 are finding only the promising in the preclinical studies, and it took nearly 6.5 years. After this preclinical data, then these 250 compounds, which are very safe in the preclinical data, they are given to the clinical trials or the clinical studies. And an average out of these 250 compounds, five compounds are being found to be very safe in the clinical trials. Now you can say that 10,000 compounds were synthesized, and out of them 250 filtered in the preclinical data, and out of then only 5 compound they came into the safest in the clinical trials. This clinical trial or clinical studies, they requires 7 years, and after that these five molecules, they are given for FDA review. Okay, FDA also took a review. They also performs their own studies and all. And out of these five compounds, it took 1.5 years. And out of these five compounds, one compound that is found proved to be FDA approved drug, and it comes into the market now. So you can say there is a ratio of 10,000 compounds to one compound. So it is a huge journey. Okay, and it takes a lot of time also. You can say near about 10 to 15 years are used here for the drug discovery and development process. Now next is that if you see how these different phases are distributed. First of all, there is a drug target selection or disease identification. That is, say for example, you are focusing on which disease, say for example cancer. So in there are the various types of the cancer. You are focusing on the breast cancer or the lungs cancer or the colon cancer or the blood cancer or the brain tumor. So you have to focus on what is the target. So target selection is very important, which involve the cellular and genetic targets, genomics, proteomics, and bioinformatics. These are the fields which are taking part in this target selection portion. After that, once the target is finalized, then we are going for the lead discovery. Means which molecule will be actually fitting on that particular target, because every molecule will not be able to fit and show the you can say effect. So lead discovery, that involves the synthesis, means synthesizing the various number of the compounds with modification and checking on the receptors. Assay development, and most important, that is the high throughput screening. After that comes the role of the medicinal chemistry, which helps in laboratory development, SAR studies, that is structure activity relationship, and chemical synthesis at the large level. Once the chemical synthesis is done, that is 10,000 molecules I shown in the previous slide, then comes the in vitro studies. Here, drug affinity and selectivity, then cell disease models, mode of action, lead candidate refinement, that is done. After that, in vitro studies, you can say that is maybe done on the cell line and all. Then comes to the in vivo studies. In vivo studies involves the animal models and disease state, the behavior studies of the animals after administering those medicines, then functional imaging, ex vivo studies, and comes the clinical trials and therapeutics. Okay, that is done on the, you can see, human trials, you can say. So these are the various phases that are involved in this drug discovery and development. If you see nowadays, drug discovery is not limited to a particular area only. It is a multidisciplinary process. You can say how many people are continuously working and taking part in drug discovery and development. Say for example, there is a medicinal chemist. A medicinal chemist, the role of the medicinal chemist is that synthesis. He is working on the synthesis. Then comes the computational scientist. The computational scientist or the chemist is one who is performing, you can say, the CAD work, computer aided drug discovery, QSAR, or pharmacophore modeling and all. he's performing, he's also involved. Then after that there comes the analyst. The analyst is actually performing the characterization, you can say all the assay procedure and all for that drug molecule. Then comes the role of the, you can say this pharmacology, the person who is doing experiments on the animals, that is acute and chronic toxicity and all. That is a role of the pharmacist also. Then also there is a role of a pharmacist who convert the drug molecules in a suitable dosage form, so that it is easy for the administration, because a pure drug cannot be given directly to the patient. It should be converted into such a attracted form, or such a form which should be easily administered, maybe in the injectable form, maybe in the capsule, maybe in the tablets, maybe in the syrup, maybe good flavored syrup, color of the syrup and all, so that the main that part is covered by the pharmacist. So the nutshell of this slide is that the drug discovery, it is not related to a particular area or particular you can say field. It is a multidisciplinary, and each and everyone is working simultaneously, giving their 100% input to find out the promising molecules. So that is a drug discovery. Okay. Now if you find, I searched that, go to the Google and you search that how many chemical compounds are there in presently. So you just put in the Google and Google will tell you there are nearly 10 raised to 60 possible chemical compounds being synthesized or are available in the presently with us. So the meaning the sharing this slide is the purpose of sharing the slide is that, are these 10 raised to 60 possible chemical compounds are all are drugs? No, all are not drugs. If you come to know that out of these 10 raised to 60 possible chemical compounds, there are, this data is available online, godrugbank.com. You can come to know that there are small molecules nearly, that is 13,187 biotechnological drug and all. So if you come to know the total number of the drugs available, that is 17,461. These are the that is the molecules that is available in the market, 17,461. Out of this, 10 raised to 60 possible chemical compounds. Okay. So why it is so? Why not all 10 raised to 60 possible compounds are available in the market and all are promising candidate? Now why only out of this 10 raised to 60 data, 17,460 compounds are playing a role into the market and administered nowadays? So there are some important challenges to this drug discovery and development. What are these important challenges? If you imagine how the drug you can say comes into the market, this is the person who is a scientist, who has developed, who has designed this particular molecule in his hand. This is a molecule, and this is a chemist who designed and developed this particular molecule. Now this is the target. He has to reach this target. Okay. To hurdle, to make the hurdle, there are so many things he have to combat. These are the LD50, IC50, drugs, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamic, drug interactions. Lot many things are there. So but this drug has to compete all these things. And once, if the drug molecule out of this 10 raised to 60 is able to compete with all these things, and if it is reaching to this target, then that becomes a promising candidate. So this is not an easy task. Okay. And once it's with all this thing, with all this here, then we are going to consume it as a promising candidate, and then it comes into the market. That is going into the suitable formulation and then come into the market. So this is how the challenges of the drug discovery and development. But the major challenges for this drug discovery and development, that is a time and cost. That is a time and cost, because I told you nearly 13 years are needed. And if you see how many cost that is involved in this drug discovery and development, so you can see this chart. This is the US $1 million. Okay. So in every phase, that is preclinical studies, that is the phase 1 clinical, phase 2, phase 3, and submission, you can see here how many millions of the dollars are involved here. So if you carefully see this area that is coming under the clinical development, which is taking maximum of the cost that is involved for the total development of the drug, that is clinical part. Okay, if you cost parameter is considered. And second, also if you see this part, that is also clinical development, it took 7 years out of these 13 years. So nearly more than 50%, more than 50% of the time, as well as more than 50% of the cost is involved in clinical development. So to cover this part, that is, you can say, the rate determining step. Okay, if you're covering this part, then cost as well as time will be saved. What are the major hurdles in this clinical development, and how we can cover it? The major hurdle is that in the clinical development, that is collection and managing, analyzing a vast amount of data. Because in clinical trials, huge number of the trials are taken on a number of the volunteers. So there is a huge data, the personal data of the this, you can say, patient, then clinical data, then when's the drug is administered, whatever the side effects are there, what is the therapeutic index, all that things, that is a huge data, the managing of the huge amount of the data in the clinical trial. Then streamlining the process, that is also the very very important part, because important coordination among the staff, coordination among the, you can say, the supporting the non-supporting staff, that is very very streamlining the process. That is also a major challenge in the clinical studies. Then ensuring data accuracy and reliability. Okay, applying the various statistical techniques, and whether the data that is we are getting, that is a totally accurate and reliable. These are the major challenges during the clinical studies. So if it is done on a paper, then it will become very very difficult to manage a clinical study without the help of the computer tools. So computers plays a very very important role in this. How they facilitate the task, like patient enrollment nowadays through the help of the computers, and there is a mobile application in the tab. Just put the software, all the patient enrollment. Randomization of the test, that the computer software will again suggesting the randomization of the test. Then data collection. Data collection is becoming very very easy with the help of the computers. Just open the software, open the name of with the name of this client, all the details will be available. What are the changes in its blood sample collection, in its response to the drug and all, just report it immediately, and you will come to know that the data collection becomes very very easy. Then after the data collection, analysis of the data, analyzing the data. Analyzing, I will come to know with at the data accuracy software, Mr. Muske has. So I okay. Thank you for asking. Keep your questions with you. Thank you. So facilitating the task with patient controlment, randomization, data collection, analysis of the data. The computer will directly give you the results, how many patients are showing which type of the, you can say, result, what is the percentage of toxicity. It can, you feel the, you can say, what is the drug in the serum, and what is the drug is in the serum that is present. So it will immediately tell you the serum concentration, all that is, that's why this computer ultimately they contribute more efficient and more effective research. And that's why the challenges which I told here, that is the time and the money, time and the cost. It is well said that if you are saving the time, ultimately indirectly you are saving the money. Okay, so that's why the computers are playing some very very important role in the clinical studies or the clinical development. Now, why do we need computer for the clinical development and the research? Okay, 100% the clinical trials has been done. Hundreds of the people are varied and variety of experimental treatments, not a single treatment. A variety of the experiment treatments are to be followed with respect to the large number of response variables for the throughout the months and the years. Okay, you can say number of the peoples are also more, and number of the effects to be observed, these are also too much. So the data collection is huge. Also, if the data collected, it is statistically significant or not, this is the another part. And collection of the hundreds of patient data on paper, if the collection of the data is done on the paper and the paper is stored, or you can say the paper is lost, then the whole information will be lost. Okay, but in this software system, there are the you can say a lot of the security parameters are there. The data is being secured, the data is being stored at multiple platforms, so that if it is the data is hampered at one of the system, it can be recovered from the another system. Okay, so nowadays it is well known that you can collect the data from from the hard disk. When after formatting, who can collect the data if your computer is there and now it is totally system is crashed, your windows is crashed, and you can not able to access, take out your hard disk and your data will be recovered. If you deleted your data from the pen drive, there are the softwares which can recover the data from the deleted from the pen drive itself. So in the software system, there are the paper, and you have totally burned the paper and you have totally burned the paper, so you will not be able to recover. So that's why these software systems are becoming more and more important in terms of the data collection and security part also. Next, we'll come to know some basic definition and terms before going through this. What is the actual role of the use of the computers in the clinical development? So, some important terminologies are there. So, what is exactly the meaning of a clinical development? Clinical development, that is also called as a drug development. It is a term that is used to define the entire process of, that is, beginning a new drug or the device and to the market, bringing it to the market. So it includes the drug discovery, product development, preclinical trials, and as well as the clinical trials. What is the meaning of a clinical research? Okay, clinical research, that is nothing but it involves the administering a new treatment or patient new treatment to the patients, and then observing their responses, how we are they are reacting to that. That is okay. Means if they are showing some adverse reactions, they are showing some adverse effects. Okay, that observation, and that can be done over time in order to judge the efficacy of the treatment, whether the drug is safe and efficacious to be given. That is known as a clinical research. Now, clinical trials. Clinical trials means what? These are the studies which involve, that is the evaluation of the effectiveness and safety of the medications. Okay, whether the drug is effective or not, and whether they are toxic or safe. Okay, for the drug or also for the medical devices. How? By monitoring their effects on the large group of people. So that is known as a clinical trials. That large group of people may be involved different sex, like means the male and female. That may be from different geographical regions, uh, because it has been observed that there is a variations in the effect at the geographical region is changed. Genetics, because these are related to the genetics. So these are all the clinical trials. Then next term that will come into your this clinical data clinical development, that is a clinical data collection. What is it? It consists of a, that is process of collecting reliable clinical control and administrative data, reliable data. Okay, that may be the patient history, that may be the background of the patient, that may be all the details related to the patient. Okay, that is from the clinical trials participating. That is a data collection. Then clinical data management. Once the data is collected, then how to manage the data, how to store that data, how to process that data. Okay, how to distribute that data, that is a click data management. So it is not a single, it is a set of number of process that may be executed successfully to turn out the reliable clinical control. Okay, so that is the clinical data management. Now the present scenario, hello, hello, is my mic is working now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. So nowadays the if my voice is breaking somewhere in between, or if the screen is going back, just all of you please write in the chat box. So I'm continuously observing the chat box also. So thank you very much, Amir Kazi sir. So nowadays in clinical trials, in clinical development, communication is very important. The communication for before data collection, the team which is collecting the data before data collection and actual data collection, then the data management, and after that that is after data management, the all teams should be connected together. Okay, so now the softwares are there nowadays, we'll come to know in later slides. All they are connected together at one platform, so immediately there is no communication gap. Okay, that is helping for the proper, we can say, clinical trials and management. So what is done in the data collection? Data collection in clinical trials, it consists of, we can say, the processes collecting reliable clinical control, reliable clinical or the control and administrative data from the trials participating sites. Whatever the trial participation sites are there, it may be the hospital also, it may be a clinical trial center also. So clinical trials are simultaneously going at various places, that is known as a participating sites. So whatever the data that is being collected from all these sites, okay, because on one particular drug, it is not that the clinical trial is going at one clinical trial site, at multiple sites simultaneously, various you can say patients are there, various sex patients are there, means males and females, various regions it is conducted. So the data is collected from all the sites. Okay, that is known as a data collection. Then once the data is collection, what is next part is the data management. The official definition given by this data management association, that is DAMA. What is the meaning of that data management? Is the development and execution of architecture, policies, practices, and procedure that properly manage the full data life cycle which is needed for the enterprise. Okay, so that is a important aspect, that is the data collection and communication. What is the meaning of a communication? Communication is the process of sending information from one location to the another, or from one person to the another person, or one person to the a group of the person. Okay, and why it is important for planning, conducting, ultimately reporting the results of a clinical trial. And here are the examples of this way of communication, that is a direct meetings, you can say, through the email, telephonic transformation, fax, email, website. Okay, and now you can say the video conferencing. These are all the ways of chemical you can say communications. Now what are the various types of the data collection systems are there? Okay, so you can say here that pure paper based system of the data collection, where you can say no software is involved. So at the participants and no computer hardware is software is required when it is a pure paper based collection. Then the complete paper forms send hard copies that is the completed forms to the, that is clinical centers. So that how the data is being collected in the various forms. First is that is the earlier one, that was a paper based collection. Okay, then came the pure electronic based data collection. So in this pure electronic based data collection, here we are using the computer hardware, software, or entering data directly into the computer system. That is the next part of the pure data collection. And there is sometimes some of the clinical trials, they are also using hybrid paper based collection. So here you can say the paper based collection is also there, and sometimes whatever the data which is needed for the you can say soft form, that is also collected in the electronic form. Okay, now how this computer plays a vital role in the development of the clinical practices. You can see here that we can make there is a you can say screenshot sort of a software that they help in the patient record management. Okay, so just you open it, the record, you can say all the details of that patient will be available. It's, you can say, physical data, height, that is its weight, then all its previous history of the diseases, then its blood content and all, that will be available in a second, that will be available. But if the same system, if you want to search in a box file electronically, that is kept in a cupboard, and in that cupboard you can say 1000 people record is there, and you want to find out the record of a particular one person, it will took a time, maybe 1 hour, maybe half an hour, maybe 15 minutes required. But in this electronic based, you just search with the name or whatever the keywords you are given, and immediately within second the data will be displayed. So that's why the computer played a very important role in the clinical practice, that is that is management of the patient record. Then entries of the medication order, whatever the medications has been introduced, okay, that has been ordered, so that can be, that entries can be done. Then patient medication profile, that is very very important, which type of the medicines are being given to a particular patient, and what is going on, what is the effect, what is the response, that is a patient medication profile. You put the details in the information, and the simultaneously the it will give you the results also, analysis also. Then drug therapy monitoring, drug therapy monitoring is what, here how the patient is responding to that particular drug. And pharmacy automated drug interaction screening, and building the database. So these are the important aspects in which you can say the computers are playing very important role in the development of the clinical practice. You can say the broad categories to which the computerized systems belong to are in the clinical development. These are the CTMS, that is a clinical trial management system. Then that is CDMS, that is clinical data management system. then drug safety pharmacovigilance studies, and EDC tools, that is electronic data capture system. So the broad categories you can say where the computer systems are belonging, that is known as these four important, that is CTMS, CDMS, drug safety pharmacovigilance, and EDC, that is electronic data capture system. So one by one we'll discuss what is the CTMS. Excuse me, just a minute. Oh, a CTMS, it is a computerized system which helps in operating operation team to store, manage, and analyze trial related information. Okay, because in clinical trial, not a single person is working, a team is working, and all the team members, they are connected through one system, that is a CTMS. Okay, here what type of the information they are storing, managing, and analyzing? Number of patients enrolled. You can say you can see there is a screen here. Immediately the data is being, CTMS system is there. The person from the clinical trial is logging and he can get all the details here. So what information it can provide? Number of the patients they are being enrolled. Then site information. Site information means where, at which site the you can say clinical trials are going on. That is the nothing but the site information. Then comes the drug accountability and dispatch. Okay, how the means drug is being dispatched, how it is being administered, that is the accountability of the drug. Then financial information pertaining to the trial and the recruitment. What are the financial information that is being available and required for the data recruitment? Now there are the softwares that is the examples of these CTMS, that is a some softwares that's here, that is a SiteMinder, that is TrialMinder, or the Oracle Corp. So you can see how it works. What are the key features of this CTMS? First one is the study planning. So what is the study planning? CTMS simplifies study planning by organizing and centralizing important information. What is the information? Such information which include patient demographics, that is inclusion criteria, then visit schedules, and in addition it optimizes that is resources allocation by predicting the personal equipment and sites. Also, under study planning, the CTMS additionally it aids in that is budgeting also, but providing the cost estimates for various trial components. Then next, CTMS helps in site management. Okay, it helps in the site management. So what is a that CTMS also manage the sites by, you can say, by the by coordinating the various activities across multiple research sites. Okay, means the one side, the you can say analgesic activities are going on another side you can say the other effects are going on, that is cardiac activities. So it coordinates, that is known as the site management. Okay, then also this CTMS, it facilitates seamless communication between investigators, sponsors, and site staff. CTMS tracks the site performance, metrics, monitoring reports, and also that ensuring the timelines. It also whatever the issues are there, they are very promptly addressed. It also systematizes the document management, including the regulatory submission approvals. Now comes the visit scheduling. How the CTMS helps in the visit scheduling. Okay, so this clinical trial management, that is a software system, and it simplifies the process of scheduling the site visits in clinical trials. Okay, it allows the researchers to efficiently plan and organize participant visits, ensuring that each visit aligns with the with the trials. Means whatever the researchers are there, if you want to visit a particular site, then with the help of this clinical data management system, their site will be automatically scheduled. So site scheduling for the, you can say, researches can be done. Then comes the patient recruitment and the enrollment. Okay, so patient recruitment and the here the major capability of the CTMS is that is you can say the patient recruitment in enrollment. How it assists the researchers in identifying and recruiting suitable participants for clinical trials by maintaining a comprehensive database. Okay, so what is the background of the patient is there, and whether that patient is suitable for a particular clinical studies or not, because all the data is already fit in that one. So it helps in patient recruitment. Okay, these all the things are you can say done with the help of the softwares. Then regulatory compliance. Okay, regulatory compliance. So this CTMS, the key feature is also in the regulatory compliance. So it ensures the functionality as per the regulatory standards. Regulatory bodies means you can say USFDA, FDA, whatever the standards are led by them for the clinical trials. So that is ensured by this CTMS. So it manages all the regulatory requirements, helping organizers adhere to the industry standards and guidelines. Okay, all the data is fit, and whenever the clinical trials is going, you can say not as per the guidelines, then you can say the messages is already displayed on that system. Okay, so then regulatory compliance adherence it helps in. Then next is data management. Okay, so CTMS functions that is the special data management throughout the trial lifestyle. It centralizes data from various sources and comprehensive view of the better decision making that helps by the CTMS. Financial management. CTMS simplifies the financial aspects of the clinical trials. How it enables of the screen is visible. So how it done? It enables the efficient budget planning, tracking, and reporting of a particular clinical trial. And if you see the team management is also very important aspect. So what is the team management? So CTMS, that is the instrumental that is in collaboration and coordination of the diverse teams involved in the clinical trials, because all the people we are connected directly with the same softwares, so they are ultimately connected with each other. So team management is also done. And supplier, just a second. And you can say the supplier management and clinical monitoring. So that can be simultaneously done with the help of this CTMS clinical trial management system. The top CTMS companies, those who are providing these CTMS softwares. The list of these software companies are there. Here are the list. That is, you can say, that is Master Control Clinical Excellence, then Cloud LIMS, Clinion, Encore, then Mediate Solution. And how it looks, you can say this is the interface of this CTMS, Clinical Trial Management System. So his job title, all the details are there. And here the logins are given for the all the team members. And they can simultaneously log in and manage the data. So this is the one of the, you can say, key aspect of category where the computer system are used in the clinical development. Then next part that comes the CDMS. Okay, that is the second part in which the by which the computers are helping in the clinical development. That is the CDMS. That is the clinical data management system. Okay, so what is it? CDMS is, it is a computerized system that is designed for the clinical data management team. Okay, now earlier was for the clinical trial teams, CTMS, and now it is for the clinical data management team. Okay, that is another team. So a CTMS, it helps in data management team. What is the main aim of this data management team is to store, manage, clean, track and analyze clinical data. Store, manage, clean means whatever the not required unnecessary data is there, so clean the data, track the data and analyze the clinical data. Which data? Clinical data which is received once the trial has been initiated. Once the trial has been initiated, simultaneously the data is given and the team is simultaneously working. CDMS team is continuously working. Okay, now CDMS, it has the capability of tracking the CRFs. What is the CRF? Generally here the short note in CRF is asked in your examination. So CRF, it is a very important terminology. The full form is the case report forms. Okay, case report form. So what is a case record forms? A CRF, it is also known as a case report form, and it is you can say the structured document. Okay, having a particular columns and all, which is used in clinical trials to collect and record the data from each and every participant. Okay, you can say that it is a you can say inquiry form type is there, and all the you can information columns are there. Name of the patient, you can say its blood group, all the detail, weight, sex, and all details are there. So it is a structured data form. Okay, and the main purpose is that to record the data from each participant of the clinical trial. What is the main use of that? It ensures consistent and accurate data collection, and it is crucial for the research integrity and ethical conduct. Okay, so CRFs number of the times in the audit in the US FDA audit and all, the CRFs are presented, or the you can say the inspectors are asking for the CRF. So that's why they are very important document. CRFs can be either a paper based or maybe the electronic also. Earlier, and few years earlier, when there was not the very prompt software technology was available, so CRFs were only conducted on paper and the records were kept. Nowadays the same form can be electronically available. On it can be installed in a you can say tab also, and whatever the information is filled, that is transferred to the you can say centralized software CDMS. So that is known as a ECRF. Now that is CDMS. What are the function which are provided by the CDF? Okay, clinical data management. Okay, it is a part of CDMS. Okay, clinical data management system, and sub part is clinical data management. So first of all, the important part is the case report forms. Okay, whatever you can say that case reports are there, so they are in the structured form. So that is a function of the CDM to prepare this case report form. So analyze and manage the data collected from this case report forms. Then next is the database design. Whatever the data is collected from this case report form, then it is converted into a database. So a database is designed. Then whatever the database is designed, then it is converted into the database programming, that is in the software forms. Next come to the medical coding. Medical coding, you can say there are the various dictionary meanings or various terminologies are there. So that are properly defined, that is known as a medical terminology. Then status reporting, what is the status of that data collection or management is there. Then forms management, data entry and cleaning. What is the data entry and cleaning? Here's whether the data is accurate or not. on that basis the data entry and cleaning is done. And data locking. What is the meaning of a data locking? Data locking is that there are some information which is to be shared, or which is not to be shared, that is very very personal to the participant. So that is logged, that is not available to everyone, okay, except the permission of the patient and all. So these are the thing that is known as the data locking, that is done by the CDM, that is clinical data management. The CDM tools, whatever we have discussed here earlier slides, uh, what they are doing, they ensures the audit trail. What is that? Is the documents and records that show the history of a company's financial activities, then examination by someone who is doing an audit. So they all this data which is prepared by this CDM tool, that is clinical data management tool, that helps in the audit. Okay, then according to the rules and responsibility, multiple user IDs can be created with with access limitation to the data entry, medical coding, database designing. Here what happens, it is CDM is nothing but it is a so you can say it is a system, software system, okay, CDM. And like you are having a Gmail account, okay, now you are having, okay, you can say your email account, okay. So Gmail, you can say it is a CDM, and we are having your login ID and password, so you are a user of it, okay. So your multiple accounts are created. So the account may be the person, the scientist who are doing perform what you can say the investigational scientist, maybe the researcher, maybe you can say the companies uh, who want the who give their you can say drugs for the clinical trial. Maybe the discoverer, they are having their own logins in this clinical data management, and as per their need, the limited data is given being access to them. Now next is that uh, this ensure that each user can access only the respective functionality allotted to the user ID. All the data of the clinical trials is not being exposed to everyone of this clinical trial team. Whatever those who are working on a particular area, only those part will be available to them. For example, if someone is working on this toxicity or the adverse reaction of a particular drug, so only that data will be visible to them of a particular group of the patients, okay. They will not be able to access the someone else who is working on you can say other actions, okay. So that type of the you can confidentiality is kept in this clinical data management system. Then what are the softwares which comes under this CDMS? So it includes the Oracle Clinical, then Clean Trial, Macro, Rev, eClinical Suite, and that very news, that is the SaaS drug development. These are the softwares which are used under this CDMS, Clinical Data Management System. There are some open source tools also. The most prominent one, these are the open source, that is Open Clinica. These are the free tool, Open CDMS and Trial DB. But these open softwares are having some limitations. Okay. So if you can also just download and just go through how this data is being managed in these softwares, because these are available. These CDM softwares are available free of cost, that open source, and as good as their commercial counterparts in terms of functionality. So as for the if you want to use for the commercial purpose, then there are some limitations. Okay, so these are the softwares for the CDM. How this software looks, software for the clinical data management system, you can say this is the interface of the Oracle, that is one of the software used for the clinical data management. So this is the, you can say, how these clinical CDMS working. Okay, so means in this clinical development, how the computers are playing their role by these four important ways. That is the CTMS, CDMS, drug safety pharmacovigilance, and EDC. So two parts we have discussed. This is also, you can say, the Oracle Clinica, that is release 5.2.1, the software, how it looks in this clinical data management. uh, if you see the what are the features of this Oracle clinical software used in this CDM, it is a global library of the reusable objects that permits the fast construction of a new clinical studies that can be done. Comprehensive set of tools for capturing the components of the clinical trial protocol, it can be done with this one. And it is a flexible way of structuring of the, you can say, questions that appear on the case report. So this is one of the clinical data management system, Oracle Clinical. CRF in the clinical data management. Okay, so as we discussed here, a short note on this CRF is asked separately. Okay, what is the importance of doing, what is this CRF is? So CRF is actually, it is a case report. Okay, CRF is, that is a case report form and is the data collection tool for clinical trial, and it can be paper based or electronic also. Okay, so paper CRFs that will be in the printed form. Electronic CRFs, they are capable, or they are enable the data to be typed directly into the fields, that is using a computer, or you can say tab or tablet, and it is they are transmitted electronically directly to the management team, that is CDMS softwares. Okay, so you can say see that how the case record forms are appearing. See, there is a one sample is there, I will show you. So here there is a protocol number is given, then site ID. Site ID means here which site the clinical trial is going on, site ID. Then subject initial, then subject ID. The every person that is given his ID, that subject ID. So then his smoking history. Then just a second. Then you can see the other detail: date of onset of the syndrome, date of diagnosis, joints affected. So in this way, it is a hard copy, that is a paper based. Now the same things are converted into the electronic forms where the various types are there, and just with the help of the keyboard the data is put it, that is known as the eCRF reports. Okay, so these CRF reports are there, and they are playing very important role in the audit, okay, and data collection. Then third important aspect of this, you can say, uh, clinical development, that is the pharmacovigilance and drug safety systems. Okay, so what is this? The safety system, that is a computerized system, and it is designed for the drug safety teams. Drug safety teams, these are the number of the group of the people who are specifically working on the safety and efficacy of the drug. So for every drug that undergoes a clinical trial, there are some events that which are encountered, which may occur due to the high dose of the drug. Okay, means adverse reactions are there, and whatever the effects, you can say the toxic effects or the number of the other effects that are observed when the high dose of the drug is given. Okay, that is being monitored by this team. All forms of the ADRs that have to be recorded, analyzed, and reported to the sponsor. Sponsor means who is sponsoring the clinical trial. So here there are adverse reactions due to the high dose, they are recorded and then given to the sponsor. So this is that's a safety system of the pharmacovigilance. It helps in what? In storing, managing, analyzing, reporting information about the adverse effects and adverse reactions in an efficient and timely manner. So that is the role of the pharmacovigilance and drug safety systems. So here, on which softwares are utilized here in this pharmacovigilance and drug safety system. So the example of the safety system include the Oracle AER. These are the name of the software where these tools are pharmacovigilance and safety systems are there. Next part of this clinical development where the computer softwares and computer based which is used, that is the EDC, that is electronic data capture tools. Okay, EDC tools. What is this EDC tools? So this is the computerized system, and it is specially designed for making the things more streamlined for the trials as a whole. Okay, making the things more and more simpler, complicated things to more and more simplified way. So this is the system which allows access of the CDMS and CTMS to investigator. So EDC, you can say, we studied this clinical data management system and clinical trial management system. These are the two systems we studied. Okay, these are both are interlinked with this EDC tool. So it allows the access of CDMS and CTMS to the investigator, and over a basic web browser which is available on all the PCs. So that is the EDC tool. It gives the access of the CDMS and CTMS to the investigator. The investigator, the investigator can log on to this EDC system with the access details and enter all the patient information directly into the database, and instead of filling the CRF pages. So that is the important tool with respect to the investigator, the communication tool between the CDMS and CTMS with the actual investigator of a particular drug. Next part is the protocol management system, where the computers can be used for the clinical development. That is coming under the heading of the protocol management system. In this, what is done in this protocol management system? It is a new computer system is a system here to aid with the data management in clinical research. It is a new tool, and what it does, it represents some key function of a system from user point of view. Okay, so what the user can do, the user will make use of the stored data not only for the periodic evaluation of the clinical trial result, but to aid in the day-to-day management of the individual patient. Okay, so it is a user based system. Any user can use and make a protocol. Okay, by entering the data into the system, the user not only contribute to the clinical trial, but also making data available for easy access in day-to-day patient management system. So it is one of the tool for the clinical trials, that is known as a PMS. So where the protocols are being managed, and it is software system where the user can directly enter the information. Then comes here the most important part, that is known as the artificial intelligence, AI tools. So you might be aware about the booming of this AI tools, artificial intelligence. If you put anything into the Google, the artificial intelligence is answering to it. Okay, so on what basis this artificial intelligence is working? Artificial intelligence is totally working on the database. It's totally working on the database. What is the data is, or the information is filled in it into various packets, and we are typing some questions and asking some things to it. It is searching that the information is being typed, it is related to which packet, and once you click a enter button, ultimately till then the search is complete and it is giving the result immediately. Say for example, in your chat GTP, how many of you are using these artificial this chat gtp? Have you used any time chat gtp? Is anyone? Is my screen visible to all of you? Yes. Okay. Is my screen visible to all of you? uh So here this is chat gtp, and I have typed a question that is give me idea about the clinical trials. Okay, yeah, thank you. So as soon as I'm typing the word, like say for example g I v e, give. Okay, so immediately whatever the database is filled on this chat gtp, all the things are active. Q means some that I am asking something about some information, so it will locate to the information packet. Immediately it is corrected. Then give me some information about clinical trials. Now as soon as I type the word clinical trials, I have put the word information about clinical trials. Now the software of this of ChatGPT is ready. Whatever the things are available related to the clinical trials, is ready at the same time in a fraction of second. And once I click on this enter button, and when I put this enter button, it will start giving me all the information which is related to now say what is why they important. Okay, each and everything. Okay, so it will give all the information so quickly. Now the same thing can be applied with to the this clinical development also. Okay, so how it is important and how it is possible? For this, the clinical data is required here. To use the AI tools for the clinical development, uh, whatever the data which is collected from the various clinical trial sites on number of the drugs, that is to be given to the server first. That is very, very important. So AI plays a multifaceted role in clinical development. How? Number one, by transforming the various stages of the drug discovery to the clinical trials. Okay, it aims to improve the patient outcomes and accelerate the drug development. That is the role of the AI to analyze the vast amount of the data, analysis of the data. Here, the computer software can give a very narrow analysis. The you can say the analysis is not based on some logic, but AI will use, like you can say, the human is thinking. If the same data is given to the human brain and it is asked for an analysis in a perfect way, the AI will be working in that way. Okay, it is having some decision making power, but the normal software analysis does not have the decision making power. Whatever the data given, it will show you the result, but in AI software it will suggest to you also. Okay, then AI tools can also be helpful in optimizing the trial design. Okay, if the previous data is available, then AI tools will suggest whether this trial to be conducted or not, or what changes can be made in these trials based on the previous experience of the data. So AI tool can help this. Then AI can help enhance the patient recruitment. That is the most important, you can say, aspect, patient recruitment. The you can say the correct, or the you can say the perfect patient should be enrolled for a perfect clinical trials. That is very, very important. If the patient histories data is already filled in these AI tools, and what is the clinical trials, you can say, being conducted, so this AI tool will judge whether that patient is suitable for a particular clinical trial or not, based on the data that is already filled into the system. And this will also helpful in personalized treatments. Okay, now, exact meaning of the personalized treatment. Nowadays, for example, there you can say the paracetamol. Okay, if you are feeling a pain, then you are immediately taking a paracetamol headache for the all. Okay, but in a personalized treatment is that is your genetic information, your genome information, that is being filled into this AI tools. It will be analyzing your whole genome, and then which medicine will be perfectly fit as per your genome, it will be immediately giving you results. As I type the clinical trial and chat gtp give me the result, but depending on what is I'm typing and what is data it is having, immediately it decides and gives the information. Similarly, these AI tools will also help in that personalized treatments. So AI can also help in predicting the patient outcomes. This is the very, very important, because the huge number of the patient data is with AI system. Which medicine was given to which patient, what was the history of that patient, what was the background of the patient, and how he responded to that particular medicine, what was the structure of that medicine. Okay, if similar structure or similar scaffold, we are asking that which patient will be giving which type of the side effects, or you can say adverse reaction to this structure, which type of the patient, it will immediately correlate the structure with the available data with the what with it, with that system, with that AI tool, and it will tell you how a particular patient will respond to this particular disease, medicine, without conducting the clinical trial. That is very, very important. That is a predicting patient outcome. That is the tool that is going to be answer being given to by AI tools. And you might be thinking of that, what will be the reliability and accuracy of this result. This result, if you see, if you put anything in the chat gtp, you are getting the 100% result. Okay, best, I will tell you, you might have solved various mcqs. Okay, you give the mcq and four options to the chat gtp, and immediately it will tell you the correct answer. Is it so? Have you tried this? GPET paper or any examination, competitive examination, you also put the question and you put the four answer and give to the chat gtp. Will it give the correct answer or not? Have you tried it, all of you? Or you, if not tried, you check it. Any mcq, any general knowledge. Okay, you give to the chat gtp, and it will give the correct option with explanation also. If anyone has tried this, just tell yes, or if not tried, just check it. Okay, so here not only it means it is predicting the correct answer, means reliability of this AI tools is 100%. You give 100 mcq and find, you will be getting the 100 correct answers. That's why there is a accurate reliability. Identifying the biomarkers and monitoring safety in the real time, that is also possible with the help of these AI tools. So that's why this artificial intelligence is playing very, very crucial role in drug development and discovery. Here, that is a new terminology, that is automate document review. Here, what is done? Artificial intelligence in clinical trials it helps to review and analyze the regulatory documents which is given to the which is to be submitted to the regulatory bodies. Okay, what are those documents such as investigational new drug application, IND applications? So it analyzes that tools and it helps identify the errors, inconsistencies, or the missing information, and it gives to the inventor, to the clinical trial person, and to the you can say investigator who is submitting as you can say new drug applications, that these are the discrepancies, these are the errors or missing information in your documents, and you might be correcting it. So immediately that is given, and that helps in compliance with the regulatory standards and accelerating the submission process. Okay, uh, I will give one example to you. Just a second. Okay, so automated document review that can be done with the help of these AI tools. Then patient recruitment, artificial intelligence in the clinical trials, it analyzes the patient data. What is the data of the huge number of the patient that is undergone for a clinical trial, their all the responses to a particular drug, their adverse effects, their adverse reactions, their Cmax, you can say their pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic, all the data. That is known as the electronic health records, and medical literature, and it gives eligible patients with specific trial criteria while selecting the patient for a particular clinical trials. AI assess various factors including the geographical locations of a patient, the demographics of the patient, site performance history, and this speeds up the patient recruitment and ensure a more precise selection process. That is not possible with the software, computer softwares, or with the human. So patient recruitment, that is a very important aspect in clinical trials. Okay, proper patient for a proper clinical trials that AI will is doing right now. Okay, then real time safety monitoring. So AI continuously monitors the clinical trial data for the safety signals and adverse reactions, adverse effects. By analyzing the patient data in the real time, AI plays a crucial role in improving the clinical trials with the help of this machine learning, okay, tool. So here, real time safety monitoring can be done with the help of these AI tools. Then this is very important and very exciting. Very you can say very new concept to these clinical trials. That is known as the digital twin models. What is a digital twin models? One of the most, that is a groundbreaking, record breaking application of the AI in clinical trials is the idea of digital twins. What is a digital twins? artificial intelligence in a clinical trial can create virtual replicants of the patient based on their genetic, medical history, and ongoing health data. Means what? Well, if all, it will scan you. Say, for example, you are a patient. You can say the clinical trial. You can say the patient, and you are having some history, your genetics information, your medical history, and your ongoing health data. It will scan it, and it will create a virtual twin exactly having the same data of you. And to that virtual twin, if the new drug is you can say in the in the soft form, okay, if is scanned with a new molecule is scanned with that virtual twin, it will give the data how you will be actually responding to that new drug. Say, for example, it has created your virtual twin, and a new drug is given to that clinical trial. That instead of giving that drug directly to you and finding out the adverse reaction, the the chemical structure of that drug, that will be given to your virtual twin, and AI will decide. AI will tell you how, what will be the possible adverse reaction you will be actually showing in that virtual. So this is the breakthrough in this clinical trial, that AI is producing that the virtual twins of the, you can say, clinical trial subject. Okay, so that is the very recent themes that is introduced in this is clinical developments. Then treatment response prediction. With the help of this AI and machine learning, the clinical trial predictive models are developed. What is a clinical trial predictive model? Say, you might have used some softwares where you predict the toxicity before actually performing the experiment. Okay, you just give the chemical structure to the software, and it will give you the you can say what will be the LD50, ED50 of that particular drug. What will the toxicity of that with some pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic, you can say predict the dissolution, disintegration with the help of this PK solution software. Have you used that software? Pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic, toxicology, with the help of some software too we can predict. Is it possible, or have you done that one? These softwares are available now. Apart from the advanced to that, the AI will predict treatment response prediction. What will be the actual response for a particular drug for a number of subjects, how they will react to that one before actually administering you can say those drugs to those people, the state of the people. So this is not the treatment response prediction that can also be done with the help of the AI in the clinical development. Now, benefits of using AI in the clinical trials. Using AI for the clinical trials, it offers the several advantages that help in enhance the accuracy, efficacy, safety, speed, and overall success of the drug development process. Okay, so how the AI is helping in the clinical trials. Okay, but as each and every technique has having some advantages, there it is having some limitations also. Now I will not tell this disadvantage, limitations are there. What is the limitation? Why? Because AI, artificial intelligence, completely works on the backbone. What is the backbone? The backbone is the information for it. What is the previous information? Okay, that is the backbone. Say, for example, if you are walking and there is a groove in front of you where you can fall, okay, in it. So until and unless you are not having the knowledge of that, yeah, it is there, then you will not be able to walk it over it. If you are having in your background the knowledge of it, that yeah, I will fall here, so your mind will work and it will tell you that don't go by this route. You are having some background information, then and then only you are working on it. So AI is also having the limitation of the data. It is completely working, huge amount of the data is required for it. Okay, it can only you can say prepare your virtual twin until and unless your genetic information, your you can treatment history, your ongoing medical data is not available, is given to the AI. So completely it is a database. If the data is not sufficient, it will not be able to predict the proper result. So that are the challenges. But nowadays there is a huge data available in terms of the clinical trials. So that is not a limitation for this AI for the clinical trials. Now you might be asking that, sir, you have told the virtual, you can say twins and all. Is that AI tools is currently working in the clinical trials? Is it is it is only hypothetical or for a lecture only, or really it is working? Yes, it is there. Artificial intelligence is nowadays started. Some of the companies started using these tools for clinical trials. Here are some examples, real world examples of AI in clinical trials, that is in silico medicine, Tempus, and that is Recursion Pharmaceuticals. These are the three companies which are using AI tools in clinical trials. How they are using? In silico medicine. In silico medicine, it is one of the best example of artificial intelligence in clinical trials, and currently that here has reached phase 2 trial treatment for some pulmonary fibrosis, chronic condition, and diseases. So this is one of the example, that is in silico medicine is that is a tool used already in use in the, you can say, in AI, with the help of AI. Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Recursion Pharmaceuticals, it is the pharma company who is that is a tech bio company, and it is actually employing artificial intelligence and machine learning in computer version to develop a drug discovery platform and identify the potential drug candidates by analyzing its cellular images. So they are using this AI tool for this clinical development actually. Okay, then that is regarding about the AI tools. Now there are a number of the artificial intelligence courses which are going online and offline. If you are you are doing your MPharm in your first year or second year, and then IIT Madras, if you are just opening the website, they are providing you that online, and they are teaching you, the various expert professors are there, where they are online teaching you what is the artificial intelligence, how to design an artificial intelligence for a particular software. There is a huge course of 6 month duration, and there are other companies also, online and offline, both are available here. So if you are going through this artificial intelligence, and if you are able to develop your own software based AI tool related to, you can say, dosage form, related to, you can say, pharma, or in those who are in the first year of the MPharm, in your second year, then if you are completing that 6 month course in your second year, you will be having a whole project on AI. Instead of, you can say, your your MPharm thesis, that will be totally based on designing a tool for, say for example, predicting the disintegration of a dosage form, dissolution of a dosage form with the help of this AI software. You have to fill the all the details of the data of the previous you can say drugs, their chemical structure and their dissolution data, and you have to you can say enter some coding, all the things they will be teaching you. Okay, the software learns that coding. Okay, and that is in the machine learning programming you will be learning. And say for example, any dosage form or any drug structure, if you put into that software, it will give you the dissolution disintegration parameter with the help of AI tool that you will be designing for your MPharm thesis. And not only it will suggest you what should be the changes in that dosage form to improve the dissolution. That data you can do only after doing that you can say artificial intelligence course of 6 months. So it is a golden chance for those who are in the first year to complete your MPharm as well as such a AI tools, because AI is booming and it is a future. It is a future of pharma also. Okay, so if you are having your master course with the AI tools, and definitely your you will be absorbing in the your recruitment will be in a better companies, those who are working on these AI tools. They, what then we'll come to the advantages of these computers in the clinical trials at a nutshell and the conclusion. They reduce the bookkeeping. Okay, because earlier there were no computers or were rarely used, so the records hard copy to be maintained, to be kept, that was very difficult. So in the soft form it is done. Fewer transcription and medication errors are there in case of the using the computers. They reduce the duplicate medication order, then lowers the cost in the preparing the bill, improves managing reports, they reduce the ordering cost, they simplify and speed up the complex tasks which are very time consuming, and accuracy is being increased with the help of these computers. They allow the organization to expand the operations, and they generate the timely reports without the repetition. In our manual, number of the times our repetition are possible, but with the help of the computers the repetition chances are very less or nothing or nil. Computers are also having some expense, you can say limitations. Say for example, whatever the tools I have told to you that is being used in the clinical trials, data management system, CDMS, they're expensive tools and they are IT infrastructure. So IT persons are needed there. Okay, so they are the expensive but accurate. They cannot assume the responsibilities. Okay, means they will give the result, but they will not take the responsibility. Okay, they does not have the decision making property. But with the help of the AI, now decision making is overcome. Then the data has to be entered regularly, and there should be the safety and security of the data. It should be stored away so that that is data cannot be leaked, and it should be that data must be properly preserved, so that you can say if the data is lost, then you can say the backup should be available. So these are some limitation of the computer system and the AI tools. So if you want to know some, just go to the IIT Madras. There are the 6-month course of the AI is available. You learn that, you do it. They will provide you the certificate also, and use your knowledge of the AI to design a new tool for your pharma in your project work, and that will be helpful to you for your career also. So thank you very much. Now, as it is a 4 o'clock, so we are having few minutes for the question answer. Over to the organizer.
So thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance on use of computer in clinical development. Thank you very much. So during the presentation, participants have mentioned some queries in the chat box. So shall I start, sir?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. So first question is, for data accuracy, it
Yes,
needs
yes.
any software or can we compare it with any research work? For data accuracy, it need any
Just a
software or
second.
we can also compare
For accuracy,
with
it
the
needs any
research.
software. Yeah. Uh, for data accuracy, the softwares that I told you in this presentation, I will just show you. That is the, you can say, Oracle Clinica. Okay, Oracle Clinical. That option is also available in that tool for the data accuracy. It will automatically accurate the data, and it will show you if some missing part is there or something is needed, some addition is needed. Then that is shown in that software. That is available.
Okay, sir. So next question is, in what ways do computers contribute to regulatory compliance in clinical development?
Okay.
In what ways? Yes.
As far as the regulatory compliance is there, here I told you nowadays these AI tools are available with these computer softwares. These AI tools, here the background of that. For example, US FDA is there. What were their regulatory requirements are there? Then Food and Drug Administration, Government of India is there. What were their guidelines are there? The whole data is filled. Whatever their requirement, that is filled in it. And once you prepare your NDA and you submit to this software, it will check all any you can say corrections are there, any missing data is there, and it will highlight you that this part is missing and that is to be revised. So it will suggest you. So that tool is also available nowadays with the help of these computers. Manually it is not possible, but with the help of computers it is possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now, one more question. Uh, can we use AI in clinical development? We already discussed, sir, but here is a question. Can we use AI in clinical development?
uh, can we use AI in clinical development?
Yes, sir.
So I have given in my last slides, I have given
Yes, sir.
AI is nowadays used in the clinical development. I given the three companies are there. They are actually using the AI in clinical development.
Yes, sir. Now, last question, sir. What is the role of cybersecurity in the handling of clinical trial data? What is the role of
What is the
cybersecurity? Role of cybersecurity in handling clinical
in
trial data. In handling
animal
clinical
clinical
trial
trials?
data. Yes, sir.
Cyber security.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. As far as this cyber security is concerned, as I have already discussed, in that all the systems, that is, it is a CTMS or CDMS, the data is completely secured. Okay, and and the data is given or logged on to a particular person only. It is not even available to all the team members of the clinical trials. So the data is 100% and too much secured as far as the cyber security is required. You might not have any gone through or heard about any type of such things, that is the data from the clinical trial is leaked, and such type of the cyber type of the cases you might not have given till now on, as you are going through the bankruptcy and various bank softwares, cyber crimes are there. But in clinical trials data security, it is totally secured. And as far as the security and safety is concerned, all these tools are very very secure with the cyber security terms if you are considering.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, sir, for insightful
Thank you
session
again.
and for sharing your valuable guidance. Your expertise and time is truly appreciated, and I hope attendance will utilize the knowledge in their future endeavor. Thank you very much, sir. Now, it's time to conclude today's seminar. I would like to extend my
Yeah.
heartfelt gratitude to today's team guest speaker, Dr. Anwar Sheikh sir, for his valuable guidance. Thank you very much, sir. Also, I am very thankful to our entire management team. Also, my deepest thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. Amol Joshi sir. Also, I am very thankful to program coordinator, Dr. Amir Kazi sir. Thank you, sir. Also, a big thanks to our academic coordinator, Ms. Geeta Sapkai ma'am. And finally, the heartfelt thanks to the faculty members and attendees. Thank you one and all for making this seminar a grand success. And I conclude the session is over. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.